Okay.
We're live.
I think
Hello
so.
everyone. Welcome back. We're at the Art and Media Show for West Kent College. This is a bonus broadcast that at 4:30 we'll be broadcasting from the room over the way in the degree show. But today we're in the hands of the course leader for the foundation diploma here at West Kent College and, dare I say, legend, Dave Young.
Thank you, sir.
Who's going to tour us on a very, very quick tour of this rather excellent show.
Hi, so welcome to the foundation at West Kent College. Come through, meet some of the students, and we'll show you some of the work that we've made this year. Libby and Harvey are going to join us in a minute, and as you can see, the preview is in full swing. The students are finishing their year. They've had an interesting year of all kinds of different forms of education, but we've ended exactly how we should end, which is with an exhibition of their creative work, from fashion illustration to painting and sculpture and design, graphics, filmmaking, installation. The whole spread of foundation experiences is here. We're going to lead to Libby, who's been with us for a year. She's going to go to Leeds next and do a course. Maybe Libby can say a little bit about her fashion illustration.
Yeah, sure. This piece was so out of my comfort zone. This year I managed to upscale everything. I was so used to doing tiny little canvases, tiny little drawings, and so I ended up creating this piece that looks into how high fashion appropriates a lot of like lower class trends and aesthetics and claims it as their own. And so, yeah, I really enjoyed it. I went from tiny little detailed drawings to this. Textured, it was really fun to make. And yeah, to go with it as well, I made a garment, which is behind, but it's, yeah, I've never made a garment in my life, and this year I've had a chance to make everything and anything, which is lovely. Yeah.
I think Dave's got our notes there.
So Harvey's going to talk to you about some collaborative work, and more work of Libby's here. This is Harvey.
Hello, you're right. So this piece here is a collaborative piece between myself, Libby and Rose, and Phoebe, and it's all about more like a modern take on Greek myths. So we've used like different techniques that are more appropriate with modern art to kind of re-illustrate and not so much glorify the stories of Greek myths. Yeah.
That was really fun to make, to work together. It was actually a great experience. But
And there's a lot to look at, so like it takes up my spot.
yeah.
How many of you collaborated on that piece?
There were four of us, yeah. So it was very much a
So what system,
maximus.
how did you work? Because when it arrived at it, it always gets a bit tense where someone rubbed one bit out.
Sometimes it did.
I think we're all
We tried to keep it open-minded, really.
yeah, and I think our styles did complement each other quite well. And like we knew what we were good at. Like so, for example, Rose is very good at like this realism.
Get closer.
Yeah. So Rose is very good at this like realism style. So we appointed her to do the daffodil, Narcissus, and then Libby has a thing for drawing babies.
Cupies.
Cupies. Okay,
Yeah.
And so we assigned her to do that, and then obviously the shining jewel is my extremely illustrated, well done spider. It took years. So yeah.
It's a very spidery spider.
That was the criticism I got as well.
It's a positive criticism.
Yeah.
I think it's a very good spider.
Thank you kindly.
That's great. So what led the decision process? How did you decide when it's done, when is it finished? A big arm wrestle, an argument?
I think when our eyes got tight, really.
Pretty much,
I think
yeah.
we kind of, we got to a point where it was kind of like, okay, this is getting too much. And we all luckily mutually agreed on when was enough. So yeah, no, I'm very proud.
Yeah, it was great fun to
Thank you
make.
very much for sharing that.
That's right.
Who's next then?
Let's walk down through here and see what else we can
Thank
find.
you very much, you two.
That's alright.
I can't believe you got over that.
see if we can find Lucas soon. But, I think one thing that we ought to tell people about Foundation is that it gives the students the chance to work in any material or media or develop any kind of concept or idea eventually. They spend the first term exploring all the different aspects of the visual arts. So they do fashion and film and printmaking and painting and sculpture, but by the end of the course they can develop a project that fits their particular needs for degree. And Lucas, whose work is behind the scene, the figurative painter, he's going to go on to Chelsea to do
I mean, that's worth noting, Dave, isn't it?
Well,
just how ambitious they are.
I think so. I think anyone questioning the value of foundation courses today needs to really inspect the progression of these courses and how well respected the foundation experience is for the universities, because these students have had an extra year of developing their skills and also making their projects and concepts more mature. So by the time they get to university, they're going to be much more ready for it. And to go to London, amongst many on the big courses up there that are very competitive, they're going to need to find some resilience, and they're going to need to find the level of independence. So this experience of self-directed study is so invaluable for them.
I think that's the key, isn't it? When there's student fees, there's all sorts of extra things. The competition is higher, there's more students that having an extra year to focus on that, mature and grow as an artist is extremely valuable. And I think that's visible actually every year as you go around, and this year is no different, is it? I think there's a high quality range and diversity of work going on here, which is great to see. It's really vibrant.
If we're able to, we've just shown you some very traditional skills here, which we're keen to develop, but we also develop very contemporary concepts as well and different ways of working. And through here we've got a video installation, which is well worth looking at. And another student that's going on to the UAL, Central St Martin's College this time. I hope you can still hear me as Owen, our photographer, goes inside, and we look at an installation by Eleanor Garcia Savon, who is a student who's been with us here for 3 years now on our level 3 diploma, and her friend Layla, who will go to Goldsmiths to do her fine art degree, is in the films, inspired by Pippa Lotti-Rist, the artist Pippa Lotti-Rist, and also I guess early sci-fi films. So an immersive installation with a projection in 2 directions. On the ceiling here, this is a latex fabrication, and
it's always amazing.
Very complex and ambitious.
Just how much you can get done with some boards and some sort of just the minimum of equipment. What people manage to get out of that is always inspiring. It's always good to see at this point of the year when it all gets brought together.
She's created a whole new world, isn't she?
Anything else to look at while we're...
well, we could work our way back through.
Let's finish by going around the other side. Let's have a whistle-stop tour.
Yeah. Perhaps we could talk to Rosie. I'm keen to speak a little about your illustration here, if you would. I'll speak for Rosie if necessary. But Rosie is our illustration student who has made a piece of extraordinary piece of work about a party for the end of the world. Ironic, Rosie, we hope, yeah? And where will you go on to university after this course?
So I'm going to Glasgow School of Arts with communication and design, which is what I'm progressing to.
And you came from a local sixth form?
Yeah,
You did A-levels before this. So how has this course sort of changed you as an artist, do you think?
I think it's helped me branch out with materials and also kind of look more conceptually into what illustration is as a subject, which is interesting. kind of combining art with words and that sort of thing.
The QR codes that you scan, what do they do?
So they link to AR filters on Instagram, so you can have what they're stuck onto on your face if you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
So come to the show over the next week, and you'll be able to take part in that.
Can't say further.
You can't face. You'll be invited to the Apocafest, which is ironic, but I mean visually, I think you're inspired by Bruegel, maybe Hieronymus Bosch, other contemporary illustrators too. A bit of Grace and Harry, I'm sure. So Glasgow next for you, how exciting! It's fantastic. Behind us, Abby's work here, another illustration student. We've got a lot of illustration students this year, developing sometimes traditional book work, sometimes large-scale drawings and animations. Abby will go to Bournemouth to do her degree. This is the Clutterbug, this project here. And over in this corner, where Matt is around, but we'll speak for him if necessary. Over here we have an extraordinary vision. I think we've got some true visionaries on the course this year, haven't we, Sam?
More apocalypse.
It's interesting how the COVID experience comes out in different ways and different visual forms. And again, there's a big dose of sort of political humour running through some of this work. This is an incredible drawing. It's layered up with, I suppose, collage and overprinting.
Hi.
Matt is here. Matt Hunter is our student. He's been here 3 years, and he can tell you a little bit about the project.
I hope to. Yeah, so mine was all kind of about like the social classes in kind of like high-rise living. So we've got the rich lions up top and the cramped poor workers below. So I kind of was interested in looking in like windows and seeing like a kind of like a hidden narrative. So I mean here we've got the wolves down below and the rabbits being crammed in, trying to live among these super rich elite lions who kind of make all the rules. And then as we go along, it kind of just descends into chaos because they're not really happy with how they're living under these lions, and over a period of time it kind of just, a lot of violence just turns into this big collapse of the building, which leads to nothing really, considering no one was really in the right. So yeah, I'm gonna have a little video explaining alongside.
Great. How long did that take you, out of interest, to put together?
Maybe about, I think all in all 4 weeks. It's just like a long,
And is that 4 weeks of 5 days a week, sort of 8 hours?
5 days a week, really.
That's a lot of labour, isn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
I'm really thankful that the photocopier could keep up with me and rapid use.
Very good. That's great. Okay. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thank you, Matt.
And last but not
We're going to go to the hallway and have a look at the entrance pieces. There are 34 students in this exhibition, which is about the average size of this course. If anyone's interested in this course, spaces for next September. Apply online to the West Kent College website.
And a degree, you can
and
get
a
a
degree.
degree.
Lots of good things to be done here. But if we pan down through the hallway here, we'll see more foundation pieces. Some cartoon illustration from Joss here. Level 3 piece by Maisie, we've been working with for the last couple of years. Beautiful drawing. And we're going to see some, we're going to see some cartoon illustration from Joss, who's going to move on to the University of Brighton. Some abstract painting. And then if we look round in this direction, back here again, we'll see the largest scale piece in the piece, which is by by Lucas is not far away either. Maybe Lucas can say a little bit about the project that he's been working on.
Well, I've been looking at sort of how we view women in society as well, with sort of current events like the Sarah Everard number. And this piece wasn't intended to be this big, but it sort of got that way. But it was inspired by Henry VIII's sort of large hands-on hip pose by Hans Holbein, and I thought it'd be a good sort of juxtaposition to put a woman in that position, almost sort of create an alternate history where it was a woman-dominated society rather than a male-dominated one.
Would you have made work of this ambition?
No, absolutely not.
So what would you say Foundation has done for you, Lucas?
I think it's
9 months.
It's opened my eyes to contemporary art a lot more. I was very obstinate about wanting to do this looking at old paintings, but you've got to sort of have a purpose with your begin to find that purpose. And hopefully when I go to uni, I'll be able to solidify that purpose. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very best of luck at Chelsea.
Well done, Dave.
Well, I think our time is more or less up.
We'll be back in half an hour.
Taking over soon.
Pre-show and post. If you're watching in the future, I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.
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 Thank you, Dave.
Any ideas? Oh right, we're lost on